As many know, they dropped out this email today explaining what they did to the server migration. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly the questions and the answers they gave us. So stick around, let's get it. Welcome back to CO Gaming, and today we're talking about this mail that they dropped on us with the server migration optimization. And let's just be real, they didn't change a whole lot with it, but we're going to kind of go through this and give it a quick rundown. So it starts off by saying, "My lord, recently following a preview of the upcoming server migration, we received valuable feedback and relevant inquiries from our lords. Below, we would like to provide an explanation of the migration function and provide more details on its further optimization." So, this being said, we're not going to read out all of this. We're just going to kind of summarize everything. But as you can tell right here, it just says, why can a server be designated as full? And then the short to this is basically there is 4 categories that it can be summarized in. It's normal, active, crowded, and full. Full being aimed at maintaining a competitive balance across all servers. This measures also serves to prevent certain servers from gaining excessive power and to avoid an undue concentration of lords on a single server, which has the potential to disrupt the balance of matchmaking in incoming seasons. That is a lot of gibberish in an answer. Just going to kind of say that. But with that being said, I can understand exactly what they're trying to do. But at the same time, I feel like there's a lot of people not actually playing the game. I know from personal experience with Server 38, we have at least 400 million plus players that never logged in this season, and there's no way you can tell me that those players are not taking up server space with one of the answers that is kind of down below. But we're just going to jump into this next question, which says, what criteria determined when a server is designated as full? So we're just going to kind of read this answer because it's a long one. But the answer to this question is, determining a server as full primarily depends on the number of active lords within the server and overall strength of the server. The server's overall strength is derived from the individual strength of all lords within the server. This individual strength takes into account various aspects such as heroes, artifacts, legions, city development, and research project progress. Furthermore, it considers the lord's level of engagement during the current season. Lords with stronger overall capabilities receive higher scores in the individual strength assessment. So, how I take this is from question 1 to question B, you're pretty much covering the same aspect in the same question to a point. How it's determined, you're telling us it's heroes, artifacts, legions, city development, and research progress. So once again, we come back, these dead accounts that nobody's playing, that I know for a fact on server 38 is setting in limbo, is still counting against our server. And if it's not, then we need to be made aware of this, and these counts need to be taken off of our server. And if they have, just tell us. Like, because nowhere in here does it actually say these servers have been removed. But let's continue. Why are some servers designated as full shortly after opening? A server's migration status is dynamically adjusted based on the current server's overall strength. The reason some servers are designated as full shortly after opening for migration is that the destination server's overall strength has already reached the maximum threshold for migration eligibility. It makes sense, right? If you're at full strength, you're going to be full. So that I have no problem with. It's just how you get to the full that I have a problem with. And then, of course, it goes on to say, as alliance leader, if you want to migrate, with your alliance, pretty much saying that the only way you're going to be able to move a full alliance to a different server is if within your division, that server is normal. Because that has a grand total of 350 spots that it has potential to be moved to. So you can legit move 2 full alliances there if that's what you have from your server. So that's the only way you're going to be able to do that. A active you could get one full alliance into if you're just a single alliance and then have a few spots for extras. But as far as moving an alliance to say like server 32 or server 31 or 38 or any of these servers that are 100% going to be full is just not going to happen until some people migrate off of these servers to free up some spots. But even then, you're not getting an entire alliance in those servers, at least not under the system that we currently have right now. That's just the way it is. As a player and as a YouTuber, we just have to accept this. I spend on this game, as do many others, and I'm okay with this because, in my opinion, this creates balance. I don't think we need crazy systems with kings and queens and, one person making decisions on anything. I feel like server migration, to be exactly what it is, it should not be an open forum. And if you want to make it an open forum, my suggestion for that would be allow us to migrate anywhere. At the end of a season, if 27 servers finish at the same time as my server does, then if you want this system to be that way, let us migrate wherever we want to go. That would be my suggestion if I was to say exactly what I would want to see. But let's continue. So as I was kind of saying a minute ago, active allow up to 200 incoming migrations, and normal status allows up to 350. That's just kind of what it is. It does say up here that crowded has a limited capacity for incoming migrations as well. They do not give an exact number for that, but with that being said, I would assume that it is extremely low. And then it says, can lords from other servers who create malicious sub-accounts to occupy migration slots affect the migration process? Basically, what they mean by this is people go on there and create 700 accounts on one server. Not saying somebody's done that, but it can't happen. To stop people from coming in, yes, this is possible, but highly unlikely. But their answer for this is, when accessing a server's overall strength, we exclude low power characters as well as high power characters who remain consistently inactive. As a result, the creation of sub accounts will have minimal impact on the available migration slots. Basically meaning if you're not semi high powered or at least being active on that account, then you hold no bearing on a server's migration status. That's pretty much to sum that up. And then the final question in this, it's difficult to discern the status of a server. We don't have advanced knowledge of which servers are designated as full. Is there a solution to this? The answer: the current display of server statuses still has room for further optimization. In the future, we will address this by displaying the server statuses of the same division throughout the entire season. Basically meaning if you look at your division on your server currently, you're going to be able to see the statuses of those servers in that display, which is a really good thing when that happens. I do believe it will be extremely useful. That way, people aren't planning throughout a season, hey, let's make this mega alliance and we'll move our alliance to yours and we'll have this great server to fight in our divisions with for many seasons to come. That's just the way that goes, and that's a really good thing. So, with kind of breaking this down, I don't feel like they really changed anything. The migration system was pretty straightforward to start with. If a server was going to be full, a server was going to be full. It's just the way it is. I do feel like when they finally open this back up, I would say probably tomorrow, because it does say within one business day down here, that we're going to see some of these full servers have some open slots to where we didn't have before. I think the optimizations that they did is probably going to help us in that aspect. So that would be something really good to look forward to and really see. And then again, I could be completely wrong, and full servers could still be full and nothing could have changed. So it will be good information to know, but we will probably see tomorrow or the next day at the latest. But one business day from the time they put this out came out sometime early this morning. So I'm going to say it's definitely probably going to be a reset tomorrow or sometime tomorrow when we get server migration added back to all of our servers that are currently in that state. Other than that, like there's not a whole lot to it. I mean, I've seen a lot of talk about people talking about server migrations and what they would like to see. Uh, I won't personally talk about anything that I've heard. I will say I disagree with a lot of the aspects. I think people are still kind of looking at this game as for something it's not. I think with season play, being that I come from a game that has seasons in it, what I would like to see in the future is maybe you open up server migration completely, or you put some type of system in the game that gives you an in between season mode to where you can team build. I would love to see team building in this game. I think it's in a great aspect in a lot of server season play games because we're not talking about KVK. That's not what we do. We're not going back home to a home server. We are constantly evolving into another season and playing, and we're able to grow our teams based off of these divisions to where, KVK, you go back to a home world and that's just what you do. And then the next KV comes up, you go to this map, everything's all fine and dandy, you fight, then you go back home. That's not what we're doing. We're not going back to a home world, nor do I want this game to ever do that because I'm just not a big fan of KVK. But I have played games with it, and it can be extremely fun. That's not the way this game is built as of right now, and I just don't see them going in that direction. So what I would like to see is either a team building process or a team building mode, some in between seasons to where you can like choose campaigns that you want to play, team build, and then you get put into a server with other people that queue up for that campaign, or completely open up server migration and just be done with the whole division migration stuff and let people go play where they want to play unless the server is full. And then you still got to follow those guidelines. But with that being said, we're going to wrap this video up. If you enjoyed this content, please consider dropping a like on it, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, see you out.